Sequential and global learners. The sequential learner is somebody who's going to gain their understanding in linear steps, with each step that follows logically from the prior step. Now, they're going to be able to also follow a logical path or plan to find their solutions. The global learner is different from the sequential one. They actually are going to learn in very large jumps, and they absorb material in almost like a random kind of methodology. They don't really see any connections, and then suddenly they're going to have like an aha moment. Now, they're going to be able to also solve complex problems quickly, and they put things together in ways that are really different after they've grasped that big picture. They may also have some difficulty explaining how they did it. Many people wrongly assume that they really are going to be more of this sequential learner or maybe this global learner. When in actuality, you're going to see that you really are going to use both of these in different situations. The sequential learner is going to not fully understand the material, but they can nonetheless do something with it, like solve some kind of a problem, or they might be able to pass their test because these pieces are absorbed sequentially. In contrast, that global learner needs to have the whole picture. They really are going to have to really understand what's going on, and they're going to have difficulty being able to complete things until they really can see that whole picture. Even after they really have it or have that aha moment, they may be a little bit fuzzy about some of the details, and that's going to be different because the sequential learner needs all those details, whereas the global learner does not. How to help the sequential learner. The sequential learners really do excel well within school or in kind of formal learning because most topics are taught in a sequential manner. The difficulty, however, is when you have a sequential learner with a global instructor. And this is going to be an instructor that seems to jump around from topic to topic, or they skip steps, and it's going to make it very difficult for the sequential learner to follow them or to be able to remember what they're saying. In this case, it's very important that the sequential learner takes the time to ask the instructor to fill in some skipped steps, or maybe you may want to ask for some references. You can ask what their sources were. And when you're studying, take some time to really outline that lecture material and put it into a logical order that's really going to help you. Even though it seems as if it's going to take more time, and it will, in the long run, when it comes to your learning and your grades, it's going to be very beneficial. You can also really try to strengthen some of those global thinking skills by seeing if you can create some webbing, brainstorming, mind mapping, and you're going to connect the topics and connecting things with things that you already know. The more that you can do this, the deeper your understanding is going to be and the deeper your understanding of that particular topic. Helping the global learner. If you are a global learner, just recognizing that you aren't slow or stupid is going to be a big deal for you. It's really going to be part of that aha moment. However, there are also some things that you can do to help you to get that big picture faster, more quickly, to really arrive at that aha moment. But before you begin to study, be sure that you really skim through the entire information. For instance, if you are in a class, be sure to look at the syllabus. If you are studying and looking at a textbook, go through the entire textbook. Look at all of the headings. Doing this can be really time consuming, but it's going to save you from having to go over and over all of these parts later and really searching for those details. It's also going to help you on really diving into it. Now, I would recommend also that you spend a little bit of time on every subject each night. That way you're going to find it a little more productive and you're going to be able to see those connections more readily. Lastly, for this global learner, really try to relate the subject to things that you already know. What can you connect it with? What have you already studied? You can also ask the instructor to help you to see connections. For instance, if you're studying something in math, how can you use it in science? And once you do get an understanding of how this connects to other disciplines, you're going to be able to apply it in ways that sequential learners would never be able to accomplish.